Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ljubljana Talks, recorded live in Frankfurt at IMEX 2026. And with Goraz, we have another great conversation ahead of us. Let me do an intro here. Paris remains one of the world's most admired and desired destinations. Of course, that brings a lot of challenges as well, and some fantastic stories. So I would like to welcome the Director General of Paris Je t'aime, Corinne Menegaux.
Thank you. Happy to be there.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to Ljubljana at IMEX in a way.
Yeah.
It is true. It is called Ljubljana Talks, but we will talk about Paris today.
Hopefully.
Now, you are running a destination that has so many beautiful things to show, from history to venues to really great stories. What would be the one thing that you would say everybody should think of Paris, and what do they should think when they think of Paris?
When you tell Paris,
Yes.
I would say, from my point of view, it's more of the coffee on the terrace on a sunny afternoon near the Seine. But most of the people would say the Eiffel Tower.
You came from the trade show industry. Can you share more about that and what we can learn from the trade show industry as destinations, I would say?
Yeah, I would say the trade show industry taught me a very important thing. It's how you work together. I think the key thing for trade shows is cooperation. No one can do it alone, so you need everyone. So I think this cooperation and the feeling of working together is really key for the tourism professionals. This is not something we're really used to, so we tested it with the Olympics. So I think it's a legacy that we should definitely pursue and make it last. And the other thing trade shows taught me is the diversity of the profiles you're dealing with. I was a trade show director, and you're dealing as well as with a government representative, like even the Prime Minister or Republic President of a government, and as well with the people, putting the carpet on and the walls and everything. And that's what I found very interesting in the trade show industry. That keeps you humble at your place. You don't forget that you've got to put your hands on. And I think this is also key for the tourism.
Very, very true. The respect you are mentioning somehow, and respect to everybody involved. But Paris is not just a destination, it's also actually icon, I would say. I mean, Paris is more than just destination. So how to manage that? You have a destination to manage and also the image of Paris as it is.
Yeah, and I think I'm lucky to have this magical brand to manage, because Paris is so huge and so great. The difficulty probably is more to make it happen between the iconic image and the perception that people have, which usually is not completely the right thing. Because finally you've got an image and a perception of Paris, like the Eiffel Tower, but beneath the Eiffel Tower and beyond the Eiffel Tower, you've got so many other things to do. So the purpose and the goal that we have every day is to make co-living with the monumental thing, iconic thing, which is important, but also the most dynamic and hot topic things that we are dealing with actually, like sports, like the Olympics, but also the entertainment, concerts, actuality, hot topics and everything, and the day-to-day life, because Paris is more than a city, it's a way of living. So I was talking about the coffee at a terrace, but in fact, this is it. You got to walk. Yeah, you walk into Paris, you discover Paris, all the streets and everything. And this is why it's working, because you've got everything, but you don't have to forget anything.
By bringing an event such as the Olympics to Paris, you basically connect such a huge story with the city. What would you say what was it a test for Paris, and what did you learn from the Olympics?
I would say that was huge. That was a huge project, and it was very well managed as a real city project, which was cool, because we had a story, a goal to achieve, a legacy we were working for. So that was not only the Olympics itself and the 2 weeks, well, double 2 weeks with the Paralympics, but really what we could achieve with that. And that's really what we were focused in. And that was honestly the first purpose I had when we learned that we had the Olympics to do, because at what time you have to deliver. The purpose was really to do only things that would last, not anything that would only be temporary for the Olympics, but use the Olympics as an accelerator for transformation and a huge leverage to make people work together on some things that would have taken maybe years to achieve if you don't have this deadline. So this is probably the one thing that was the most interesting thing to do.
So would you say that the Olympics were catalyst for a change of Paris?
Yeah, accelerator for transformation. Catalyst is a good word.
And what would be the biggest transformation that you achieved?
I would say two main transformations. Accessibility, because we changed, probably with the Paralympics, we changed really the awareness about handicap and accessibility. All the people, all the professionals were really committed. We made a huge work with everyone, just trying to have the right data and focus on that with these people who need some specific information about that. So I think it really changed that. And we're actually much up to date on these sort of things. And the second thing was probably the transportation infrastructure, because it was a way of, going much faster than we could have imagined. And the infrastructure for transportation is very key, because it opens a new territory. For example, the north of Paris, like Saint-Denis and Saint-Ouen and everything, with the line 14, it opened these territories. It wasn't possible to go there before, really. So now it opens new opportunities, and I think it's really a great change.
Interesting. How is possible that you created this huge company from the biggest competitors in event business in history, like Havas, Auditoire, to this company responsible for organizing the Olympics? These are the biggest competitors in event world, and you managed in Paris to create this company just for Olympics. That's to me unbelievable,
You mean the joint effort of the different agencies? Yeah, well, I was not in the loop on that, but yeah, of course, that was, I would say it's very French, finally. So you grumble, you say, no, you don't want, then everyone says he wants to do it alone, and then finally there is this huge light somewhere, I don't know, and everyone's working together, and we're very pragmatic finally. It takes some time, so it doesn't happen just at the moment where you would need it to happen, but it happens. And this is the magic of the Parisian and French way.
I like it very much. I'm a big fan, I must say. But on the other side, let's open also the more negative part of tourism, which is happening especially in iconic destinations like Paris, which is over tourism. What can you say? Do our meetings industry can help in that? Of course, I think so. But how actually? What do?
Yeah, but I don't think Paris is really concerned at the moment. We're lucky to have these huge places where you got great monuments attracting a number of people, like the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, Musée d'Orsay, but you don't have so many residents around, so that's quite easy to manage. We've got 2 or 3 neighborhoods which are very concerned with that. But honestly, we're also lucky because we've got a great territory with a huge diversity of offers. So you can do 20 trips to Paris and 20 different trips, which is absolutely spectacular. And the last thing is really that 2/3 of our visitors are repeaters. So they're not doing it all the same thing. So when you come first to Paris, you go to the Louvre, you go to the Eiffel Tower, of course, because it's iconic and you want to see it from your eyes. But when you come for the 3rd, 4th, 5th time, not sure you go there again. So you go to Saint-Denis to visit the Basilique, or you go to another neighborhood like the 14th arrondissement to visit some other things. So it spreads quite around the city. So we're quite lucky with that.
And tell us more about the structure of events coming to Paris. I mean, now we are getting into the convention business, Are these more corporate events or incentives, or on the other side, what is the percentage of association events? So a little bit of the structure of business in your city at this moment.
Well, I think it's very diverse, finally. So I'm not sure I have all the figures about that, but we just announced 1,200 congresses for last year. So we sorted second rank in 2025 for the ICA ranking. So we're quite happy to be back. Yeah, but we're back. We were quite out of a rank with the Olympics, so that was a complicated year for us, but we're back.
That's a statistic thing,
Yeah, exactly. And it depends on the criteria, so don't argue with that. But we're lucky also to have a lot of major leading trade shows in their sectors, like Vivatech on innovation, like Le Cial on food and beverage, like Maison et Objets, art shows. They are really the leaders. They've got the leadership in Europe and even internationally sometimes. So that attracts a number of events around that, which are very important. And for the rest, it's a major corporate event on fields that are really strategic for us, like esports. We will have quite a lot of big news for this year. Entertainment, innovation, technology, health, of course. So I think the difference and where we attract, I always say choosing Paris is meaningful. So you choose a destination because it reflects the values that you want to share. And we have very big values in Paris, like inclusion, accessibility, freedom, liberty of speech and everything, which is important actually in this world. But also we've got some very big activities sector which are crucial for us in terms of economy, like fashion, art, innovation, technology, as I was saying. And when you've got a strong local ecosystem, hopefully you attract the events in this ecosystem because it's obvious. So you need to be there. And the eSport is a real good example for that.
Is there any events that you kind of know that are coming to Paris that you would like to emphasize?
Yeah, but we can't tell everything.
Okay.
Still secret. No, but we've got a number of e-sport competitions coming in. So we're very happy with that because it's a strong involvement of our public affairs also on e-sport. And we are managing the whole task force for that field for Paris and the region. We're working very closely with the region. Of course, I wouldn't miss to quote the concerts of Céline. Céline Dion is coming back, only in Paris, 10 to 12 dates. So this is huge for us. And honestly, the calendar that we have in terms of entertainment is absolutely incredible. So we're very happy with that. We've got a number of, movies and series, TV shows that are broadcasted and produced in Paris again this year. So we just announced, I think, the White Lotus new season coming in a palace in Paris. So this is pretty cool for us. And of course, we've got a lot of health congresses and everything. So we've got a number of them. So, and some sports events. We've got a huge competition for swimming and diving in the Seine next summer.
I just want to ask you something. We are going around and we are coming back to your organization. How many people you manage actually? What is the budget, if this is not a top secret of the... So those who are watching know more about it. Yeah.
We're about 60 people, so not a big team. And I won't tell any figures, but very small budget, not enough.
I can understand that. I can understand that. The story of Paris is you are one of the global leaders when it comes to events, when it comes to tourism, when it comes to so many trends. How do you see general tourism development of Paris in this context and the coexistence between events, large events, business events and leisure? How does it come together in Paris?
Well, actually, I would say we're lucky also to have quite a diversity of offers that gives us, different pillars of activities. And that was very helpful when we had this recovery after crisis like COVID, but also yellow jackets, things like that. So it's about 50-50 between leisure and business travel, approximately. So this is huge for us also, and that gives us also some different seasons of touristic, which is cool. And after that, I would say that works quite well, because leisure is more on different seasons, like from May to September. Then you've got the end of the year with the fireworks and the end of the year and everything. And for business, you're more between March, April, May, June. Then you've got nothing in July and August, and then you're coming back. So sometimes you get some peaks about some months that are a little complicated, but globally that works out quite well. And I think that helps also, coming back to your question about over-tourism, that helps also on the acceptation by the residents and the good co-living between everything. And again, I think the main thing that we should really focus on tourism is really what it brings to the destination. So legacy, but also local economy. And we made just a survey a few weeks ago, and 90% of the spending of a tourist is staying locally. So that means helping local businesses, employment, and everything. So I think 90% is a huge number. So this is really interesting. And I think this is really the purpose. Tourism industry should pay back to the destination and contribute efficiently to the destination development. And this is really clearly the case.
So imagine that you have all kinds of events in your pipeline, and you should say no to what?
Well, I'm not sure we would say no. Well, maybe we would say no for some things. Okay. So maybe I won't go deeper in that, but some of them, I think the events that are clearly in contradictions with the values that we have, probably we would say no. But at the same time, we wouldn't say no to corporate things, whatever, but we wouldn't support some events that are not absolutely aligned with our vision and the values that we're carrying.
We're coming almost to the end, but I would like to ask you, why Paris? Once again, in few words. Yes.
For me or for the people?
For the people and for you.
For the people, because Paris is everything. You can do everything in Paris. And as a very famous movie said, Paris is always a good idea. So you should definitely come to Paris.
Like Champagne, the same.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Champagne, Paris, but Champagne is Paris.
Of course.
Of course. And for me, I'm a Parisian from 2 generations. So that doesn't exist anymore, some of them. So yes, I always loved Paris. So I've always lived in Paris. And this is really a city which is absolutely iconic and magic, even to live in.
I can really feel your passion for your city. It's beautiful. We know that the Seine is now becoming a big pool where you can go swimming in. Have you done it already?
No, not yet, but I've done it before. So
okay.
It counts. But I've done it before with swimming because I was living on the Seine, so I tried it.
Okay. Let's say it counts.
It counts.
So we usually finish up with a couple of short questions. And the first one is going to be champagne or wine?
Champagne.
Okay.
Definitely.
Paris in winter or Paris in summer?
Maybe summer. Yeah, I have the sunglasses. I don't have them, but I always wear them. So important for me. Sun. Definitely sun.
One more. Culture or business?
Business, I would say.
So we have this special jar here in front of you.
And I'm afraid.
You basically
I'm
choose your own question.
Oh, what a responsibility. Okay. This one.
Questions, not just
3 questions.
3 questions.
Okay.
You can do
on
one
the
and
bottom
one.
because I suspect that you're cheating with the one that... No, I'm kidding.
Here we go.
Okay, this one. Okay. So, which detail separates elegant events from expensive events? I would say meaning and responsibility.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay. That's not so easy. So, what is the most exhausting part of this industry? I would say timing.
Okay.
Yeah, no, more incapacity maybe to move fast for some time, so not always easy to transform the models as rapidly as we should, because the world is changing very rapidly, very quickly, and that's not so easy to make everyone being at the same pace.
So we are too slow in many ways.
Sometimes,
Okay.
not always. And what makes an event truly memorable? I would say relationship, ideas that you get from the event. I was in the trade show industry, as you were saying before, and I was used to say a trade show must be useful. So if someone coming to the trade show as a visitor gets back with one idea, it's win.
Corinne Menegaux, thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
coming to Ljubljana Talks, for this wonderful chat, and I'm pretty sure we will meet again soon. Thank you.
With pleasure. Thank you.
Stay tuned for more content coming soon.